There was a cup on my shelf, ceramic, handmade, cracked near the base. I had bought it at a market years ago, not because I needed another mug, but because I liked how imperfect it was. The glaze was uneven, the handle was slightly crooked, and the crack, small but visible, ran like a story through the bottom edge. I never used it for drinking. It held pencils, loose coins, paper clips, things left behind. One afternoon, while dusting, I knocked it over. I reached out too fast and it slipped from my hand, hit the floor, but didn't shatter. Just tilted, landed on its side, the crack a little deeper now. I picked it up, expecting frustration, but what I felt was tenderness. I turned it slowly in my hands, traced the fracture with my thumb. It looked like something breaking open, but also like something being made visible. And suddenly I thought of myself. All the cracks I had tried to hide, the hairline fractures from disappointment, the spider veins of grief, the places where things didn't go back the way they used to. I'd spent years covering them, smiling over them, working hard so no one could see the weak spots. But what if they weren't flaws? What if they were the very places the light had entered? I placed the cup back on the shelf, but this time near the window. And when the sun moved past mid-afternoon, something beautiful happened. The light slipped through the crack. It made a sliver of gold against the wall, a narrow beam like a breath. Quiet, but undeniable. It only lasted a few minutes, but I waited for it every day after that. Not because the cup had changed, but because now I saw its fracture as a passage, not a failure. I started noticing the same in me. When someone asked how I was and I answered honestly, even just a little, something softened. When I cried and didn't rush to stop, something released. When I admitted I'm still figuring it out, something opened and light came through. Not in the way I expected, not all at once, but in flickers, in warmth, in slow, sacred visibility. I no longer tried to seal the cracks, I made space for them, and in doing so I made space for light. Because healing, I learned, isn't about becoming whole in the way the world defines it, it's about becoming real, becoming seen, becoming someone who lets the light in not despite the cracks, but because of them. So now when I break a little, I don't panic. I breathe, and I remember the cup, still standing, still holding, still catching light.